given you any advice on being in the playoffs? I mean, I think he played 4 playoff games before, so.
Yeah, really the biggest thing is just enjoy the moment. That's what he said, because you really don't know how many times you get this opportunity here. And so really just take it all in and just take it one pitch at a time.
I mean, you've had 4 road games now. I mean, what are you expecting from tonight, and how do you control, your emotions in that setting?
Electricity for sure. It's gonna be awesome. These are the moments you dream of. You work as a kid, you want to play in these games, you want to be in these games, especially here in Kansas City, just because of how great the fans are, how they show out each and every night, and so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Bobby, if I could take you back to spring training, what led you to believe that this team could get to this point after the type of year the team had last year?
Yeah, I think it started almost before spring training, just with the moves that we made. It was amazing moves with players that we have now, and just whenever everyone came into spring training, it just felt like that team was special. Just the camaraderie that we had, and it was just really, you just kind of just felt it and just knew it was a special team, and just how we bonded so well. And it started from opening day to now here we are today.
Hey, Bobby, in Baltimore, you told us you took a moment to take everything in, and that was awesome. What do you think that moment's going to be like here tonight in a few hours?
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing. It's just, like I said, these are the moments you dream of, and so you just got to take it all in, enjoy every moment, and just make it last.
Hey, Bobby, JJ's talked a lot about kind of meeting with you at the end of last season, kind of talking about the future, and he said he just really wanted to ask you like what you wanted moving forward. I'm just kind of curious how you remember that conversation going, and kind of remember what you told him. Yeah,
the ultimate goal in those conversations, we wanted to win, and we wanted to do it this year, and so the conversations went well, and so here we are today. And so it's just one of those things where just him coming to me, asking me questions about what we think, like what's the next step, and the next step was just to win, because we knew how close we were last year, even though we lost 100+ games, but we just knew the team we had, and just add a couple key additions, and then we're going to be right here where we are today.
Bobby, I know things haven't gone personally as well for you in these first 2 games in New York. Has won one of them, and you're all about winning. But if you've gone back and looked, what have you kind of found that maybe you weren't doing right in New York that needs to change for you here in these next few games?
Yeah, no, just slow down the game. Nothing really needs to change too much. If I go back to spring training and say I'm over 10, but with the series 1-1 with the New York Yankees, I'd take that 100 times out of 100. And so just got to take things one pitch at a time, not worry about results, just worry about taking it one pitch at a time, one at bat at a time, and just try to get another win.
I mean, do you go back and study the video, the pitch sequences? I mean, what do you do to kind of get right, I guess?
Yeah, those past 2 games, you flush it and you move on, and then now we're here today, and I do my normal routine that I've always done. Don't try to change anything really, because we played so many games, and just go about it my normal way.
Bobby, when you're going through something like this, is it helpful to have others in the lineup kind of pick you up?
Yeah, anytime that's why there's 9 guys in the lineup. You can't all just kind of put it on one person, so you go about it. There's the team. That's how great this team is. We just kind of always keep the line moving. And sometimes it's someone else, sometimes it's someone else. And so you just got to take things one pitch at a time, one step at a time. And just that's why this team's so special. It's because it's not always just one person. It's just the whole team.
Hey, Bobby, Michael Massey told me after the first win in Baltimore how like a win like that can really bring the team together. What differences have you noticed in the clubhouse over these past 2, the Baltimore series and then this one? Has anything changed with you guys in the clubhouse? Or
honestly, yeah, not really. We've been the same clubhouse pretty much since we started the season. We're enjoying our time. We're enjoying the wins. We're learning. We're improving. We're trying to get better each and every day. And so that's kind of how we go about our business. Is just, some things like we got to celebrate the wins when we can, but then also when that's over, flush it, move on, and get ready for the next day.
Bobby, right here. One of those acquisitions was Seth Lugo. I'm wondering if you could talk. He's a guy who wanted to be a starting pitcher for a long time, had to come out of the bullpen. Playing behind him, what do you think makes him a good starting pitcher, demeanor-wise, stuff-wise? Why has he had so much success this year as a starter?
Yeah, I just think the work he puts in before the game, the preparation he has, and just how he just attacks hitters just with all 27 pitches he has. It's just great to see him do what he does, and just how I call him the surgeon just because he's kind of attacking and dicing up hitters. And so it's just a lot of fun to see and play defense behind him, and just how consistent he's been throughout the whole entire year. And just each and every start, you know, we're going to get out of him. And so it's just been a lot of fun.
Bobby, back here, what did Salvador Perez tell you about home games at the K during the postseason?
He's just when you ask him about it, he just smiles. So that's when you know it's something special. But yeah, it's just how great the fans are here. And just like I've said in the past, like I've heard it over across the street. Now we're going to hear it tonight. So I'm really, really excited.
And for the two guys at the bottom, Garrett Hampson, Michael Garcia, their performances, they've come through in the clutch. Just what have you seen from them that makes?
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. Just those two guys have just been, they've put on the big stage, and they're performing. And so that's what it makes this team so special. Like I said, it's just those two guys, the work they put in, and just wait for their time to come, and then here it is. And so it's been awesome.
Do you remember when you first called Seth the surgeon?
Not really. I can't really remember. It was early in the year, just because that's when he started doing what he's been doing.
Did you think of it just as you were watching him, or how did you?
Well, it kind of just came. I think someone said it, and then I heard it, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna say it." So I said it.
I mean, you've had a couple moments, you know, taking the air out of the stadium in Camden Yards with the game-winning RBI a couple times, or the double play on Stanton late on Monday. Is that as satisfying to like take the air out of a stadium as it is to like hit one out here and kind of electrify the home fans? I mean, how's that compare and contrast?
Yeah, I haven't done that here yet, really, within this type of stage. But yeah, it's anytime you're able to kind of help the team in any shape or form, it's always special. And every time you kind of can quiet the opposing crowd, is pretty good.
You mentioned across the street. I'm just wondering, people always talk about how great it is to win in towns like big cities like LA, New York. What have the Chiefs told you about what it's like to win here? And I know Mahomes is involved with you guys a little bit. What has he told you anything about postseason success or any relationship you have with him?
Yeah, just seeing the videos in the past in 2014, 2015, just how the fans are, and just how they're always in tune. They're always cheering for the team they love. And so this city is a sports town, just from all the sports and what all they're doing. And it's really special to see just how well they support their teams, and that's why I love it here.
Have you talked about it all the last couple of days?
Before the playoffs started, we texted a little bit.
What's his message?
Just keep working. This is going to be a lot of fun. You're going to go enjoy this time.
A couple of things kind of along that line. You guys were gone for so long. When you got back, you've only been back for like a day. Do you feel something different with the playoff fever around town?
Yeah, I guess so. I haven't really been out and about, but yeah, you can definitely just tell the buzz just on like social media, and you can just feel it. Just coming to the stadium yesterday and just kind of looking around, and you could just definitely feel the buzz is coming. And just even from seeing videos at the Chiefs game of them cheering "Let's Go Royals" is pretty special.
You've got some really good numbers everywhere this year, but even better at home. What is it about Kauffman Stadium you think that suits you, where the splits are a little bit better here than on the road?
Yeah, anytime I feel like you go to your house at home, you go wherever, you're pretty comfortable. And so I just think that this is my home. And so I'm really comfortable playing here. I got a good routine, and just being able to kind of play in front of the fans is just what I love to do.
You see the ball better here? People talk about the batter's eye screen back there. Is there anything about like just seeing the ball when you're hitting it?
I just think just have a good routine and just comfortable playing at Kauffman Stadium.
How excited are you to bring playoff baseball back to Kauffman Stadium? I know this is your first year here, but I'm assuming you've heard and obviously seen how the players kind of embrace the scene.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting. Yeah, getting to get back here in Kansas City in front of our own fan base, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And you know, I'd mentioned it earlier on in the year. Had seen in the past playoff baseball here in Kansas City, and it was electric. So just really excited that we were able to bring it back to these fans, and excited for these next couple days.
Michael, how much does it help to face a team twice in a series for you as you prepare?
You know, it happens, you know, a couple times throughout the course of the season. You know, and it's always a little different, you know, I would say, facing guys from back-to-back starts. But just watching film and kind of seeing how you attacked them the previous outing, and finding ways that you can execute better or make different pitches in different spots, and kind of go about it that way.
Michael, you were a rookie when you pitched in the World Series. Now the shoe's on the other foot where you're the veteran and you see young guys. Can you explain from your perspective those two vantage points?
Right. Yeah, my first year in 2013, it was a lot of fun. We were able to make a run there all the way to the World Series, and at the time, I was the new guy. It was all new experiences to me. I had never been in those type of situations, that type of atmosphere before, and so really relied on those veteran guys. And so now that I'm, like you said, on the opposite side of that, have had that experience, been in those types of atmospheres, can help some guys that if they have questions, or help these guys prepare their minds, prepare kind of what to expect whenever they get out there, and try to get them as calm and prepared as possible, I would say.
Michael, what was the vision that was presented to you by JJ and the Royals management that made you pick coming here? Because obviously the vision's come to fruition.
Yeah, no, they stressed a lot about their young talent that they had here, and that they had a full year underneath their belt, and thought that they would be able to take the necessary steps into this 2024 season. And he was talking about his free agent signings as well, and those also caught my eye, the guys that they were bringing in as well. And so whenever they were showing interest and presenting kind of their vision for this season, it was a no-brainer. We were very excited to get something done, and it's all talk, it's all on paper, at the beginning of the year and spring training and in the off season. It takes a full course of a season for it to finally come to where we are, and a lot of work has to go and put into it. But those young guys on our team have really stepped up this year, have been playing some great ball all season and into the postseason as well. And some of their signings that they did as well have played really well and gotten us to where we are.
You've been at this a long time now. How are you different as a pitcher than you were when you broke in, and maybe what's similar?
Yeah, I'll start with difference, I guess. Whenever I broke in, I was pretty much fastball changeup pitcher. I know that I still throw a lot of fastballs and changeups, but have mixed in and added some pitches to the repertoire to kind of, I guess, help different looks and get certain batters out, and just become a little bit more effective on the mound. And but I've always tried to be a strike thrower. Always tried to fill up the zone and let the defense play behind me and go get the punch out whenever I need to go get it. But I've learned a lot over the years, for sure. I've played with a lot of different teams. Have been lucky enough to play with a lot of really good players, and talk a lot of baseball with the players, with the staffs that I've been a part of. And so just taking little bits and things from each of those guys, and applying it where I find necessary has been really helpful as well.
What is your secret to getting Aaron Judge out?
You just gotta. I try to make quality pitches. I really do. I mentioned that the other night. Just try to make quality pitches to a guy like that. And he's an unbelievable player. He can do damage. He hits for average, and drives in a lot of guys whenever they're on base. And you just gotta make quality pitches just like everyone else in that lineup.
Yeah, you mentioned you've obviously pitched for a lot of different cities. Is there anything about Kansas City to you that is unique, and do you feel like the team has taken on the personality of the city in any way?
It has been great here in Kansas City. It's been a lot of fun getting to be in this community over the course of the summer, and you know, I feel like they've embraced me and my family, and it's been great. You know, it's me and my wife, we're both Midwestern people. You know, I was born in Iowa. I grew up in Texas, but my wife's from St. Louis, and just you know, this part of the country fits us well, we feel like, and you know, a lot of family close by is nice, getting to see them a lot. But you know, just playing in front of this fan base throughout the course of the season has been a lot of fun. They're very supportive, and you know, want the best for us, and always cheering us on. And so that's all you can ask for as a player.
You know, you guys have been a little bit under the radar this year in town with the Chiefs winning and all that stuff, and you've been gone for so long on this big road trip to get back here. Have you felt kind of the playoff buzz over the last 24 hours back here in town yet?
Yeah, so getting in last night, you know, able to get up here and get a workout in, but, you know, on the drive home, you know, saw some people walking down the sidewalks, got their Royals jerseys on, and, you know, it was cool seeing that. And same thing coming into the ballpark today. Had just a lot of fans. You know, they're ready to see some postseason baseball here in Kansas City, and so excited that we were able to bring it to them.
You guys got some, you know, weird paths you go across. You and Seth Lugo were teammates last year in San Diego. You're never too old to learn something from someone. What do you think you learned from him, and what do you think of him as a competitor? You know, you get to watch him go tonight.
Yeah, no, he's unbelievable, and lucky enough to link back up with him this year. We first played together in New York in 2020, and then linked back up last year in San Diego. But yeah, just getting to see him, you know, in that starter role, how he approaches it, how he prepares, what he finds, you know, is, I guess, most beneficial for him going into a start on what he thinks is important, preparing for games. I think it's been the most biggest thing. Just being able to talk to him. He throws a lot of different pitches. He can spin the crap out of the ball, and that's something that I've always had trouble with, is spinning the ball. And so talking to him, picking his brain on what he's thinking whenever he's throwing those pitches, you know, I feel like it's helped me out throughout the past couple of years.
You're either going to be pitching in an elimination or a clinching game. Do you think there's any differences there pressure-wise in an elimination game? Maybe your leash is shorter, anything about that, those two various scenarios?
I don't really think about the leash too much. I just want to go out there and win the ball game. Whether, it's a clinching game or it's an elimination game, it's a must-win in my mind, either way, you know. I want to go out there and give our guys a chance to win a ball game, just like any other start throughout the season. And you know, this one's no different. You know, want to get out there, hopefully go deep and give our guys a chance to win a ball game.
Michael, you kind of already teased my question, which was going to be asking when Seth with the Mets, when he was coming out of the bullpen. What do you remember then about him wanting to be a starter, believing he could be a good starter? Because I think that was kind of always his thing with the Mets, is wanting to be a starter, but they liked him out of the bullpen.
Yeah, I wasn't totally, you know, filled in on their situation over there or anything like that, but I remember him always telling me, you know, in the off seasons he would prepare. He would build his arm up to throw multiple innings in spring training and prepare himself as a starter if that's what, you know, his organization wanted him to do. And so, whenever I was able to be teammates with him in that 2020 season, which was kind of a weird season in itself, that was something that he had mentioned, that, you know, he had prepared himself. And I think he had a few starts that year as well. But, just getting to see him in that full starter role last year was cool to see how he embraced it and, you know, went out there and dominated.
Michael, when you signed with the Royals, it was a few days after Seth, and Bobby Witt Jr. was saying that with the offseason additions, he had a sense in spring training that this season could be special. I mean, this is of historical proportions, this turnaround. Did you foresee anything like this?
Yeah, I did. You know, that's why I signed here. It was I've never played on a losing team. You know, I I'm used to winning. I'm used to, being in the postseason, and, that's what I want to do. I want to win a ring. I do. I want to bring that back to my family, the fan base that I'm playing for, and for the guys in that clubhouse. That's what I want it for. I don't have one yet, and so there was a belief, going into that spring training, not just for myself, but I had a sense from the rest of the club as well that we could do something special.
Michael, to be able to command your cut fastball to both sides of the plate, how much does that help open up your changeup and other pitches against the Yankees lineup?
Yeah, no, it's a tough lineup that you've got to mix your pitches. You've got to work the corners on them. You can't leave much over the plate against these guys. And so, being able to work those corners, strike to ball to strike, is definitely important. To set up other pitches as well.
Michael, a lot of people talk about Seth's game preparation. What stands out to you about his process? What kind of questions does he ask? What kind of information is he seeking during that process?
He likes, charts, I would say. He watches video. I would say it's very similar to most starters, I would say, on how he prepares. And but the impressive part is just out there on the mound. You can see him. That mind's working. He's got an unbelievable eye of reading swings and knowing what to do after. And no, it's really impressive.
Michael, pitching one game of this series in Yankee Stadium and the next one in Kauffman Stadium, how drastically different is that for a pitcher? Does anything change up there for you?
I mean, it's great being home, that's for sure. Pitching in front of your home crowd, it's a familiar mound that you've been on a lot. And so that part's nice for sure. Won't be getting, well, at least I don't think I will be getting ragged in the bullpen warming up or anything like that. But I mean, there are some differences for sure. Pitching in a hostile environment on the road. Compared to pitching in your home park, but looking forward to getting out there.